The following program is a special presentation of Cleveland Community College.
Good afternoon and welcome to the beautiful campus of Cleveland Community College. My name is Jason Hurst and I have the great honor and privilege of serving as president of this fine institution. It is so good to see all of you out today. Last year, I welcomed many of you to the opening of the softball field, which was the phase 2 of our Yeti Athletics Park. Today, we celebrate another historic occasion at Cleveland Community College with the grand opening of our newly renovated Yeti's Gym. I'd like to begin by recognizing some guests here today with us, beginning with some state elected officials. Mr. Bill McBrayer, would you please stand with the State Board of Community Colleges? Thank you, sir, for being here. We're also honored to have several members of our county commission here. If you would, please hold your applause until all are standing, beginning with Chairman Kevin Gordon, Vice Chairman Ronnie Wetstein, Commissioner Johnny Hutchins, and Commissioner Doug Bridges. Thank you guys for being here. We also have Mr. Robert Queen, Chairman of the Cleveland County School Board. Robert, thank you for being here. I also want to recognize the Cleveland Community College Board of Trustees. These individuals selflessly provide a lot of direction and support, certainly for me personally, to the college, but most importantly to our students. And at this time, I want to introduce them. If you would, please hold your applause until they are all standing. Chairman Bill Turpish, Vice Chairman Alan Langley, Past Chair Reverend Dr. Lamont Littlejohn Jr., Wayne King, Betty Kerrigan, Robert Queen, Larry Hamrick Jr., Tony Berry, Craig DeBrew, Dennis Bailey, and Kevin Gordon. Let's give them all a round of applause. We also are very honored today to have two former Board of Trustee members with us today. I'd like to introduce Mr. Chris Monroe and Michael Chang. Would you please stand so that we can appreciate you? Thank you, guys. We also have several members of the Board of Directors from our Cleveland Community College Foundation that I'd like to recognize, beginning with the chairman, Mr. Steve Padgett, Tony Fogelman, and Earl Lutz. Let's give them a round of applause. We also have two Foundation former board members here with us today that I'd like to recognize. Dr. Jack Weller. Jack, would you please stand? And Dr. Nick Wiebelhaus. Thank you guys for being here. I want to also say thank you to the faculty and staff who are with us this afternoon. Thank you so much for supporting Yeti Athletics. I can't tell you how much I personally appreciate what you do for our students in the classroom. So if you are a faculty or staff member at Cleveland Community College, would you please stand so that we can appreciate you? I want to say a special thanks to Mark Fox, our facilities director, and the entire maintenance staff, along with Chase Walker and Ryan Bristow from Vanoy Construction for their efforts in making this renovation a reality. Would those individuals please stand so we can recognize you? You've got maintenance guys down here, and folks over here. Certainly would be remiss if I did not recognize my lovely wife, Elisa. We have so many college activities, and she has lots of opportunities to be here, but I really appreciate all your support and support of the college. Would you please stand so that we can appreciate you? And last but certainly not least, I want to recognize the athletic director along with the teams and the coaches. So if you would, just hold your applause until all are standing. Athletic Director, Dr. Andy Gardner. Head Coach John Grigg and the baseball team. Where's the baseball team? All right, you guys stand. Baseball team, along with the other assistant coaches. Head Coach Ronald Bieber, softball team. And the softball team, would you please stand? Head Coach Steve McCatherine for cross country and track and field. Would Coach McCatherine and thank you guys. Esports Coach Derek Ramsey. Where's Derek? Derek's back here. Derek, thanks for being here. Coach Grayson Pierce. Where's Coach Pierce? And the basketball team. Let's give them a round of applause. Women's basketball head coach, Scooter Lawrence, and the women's basketball team. And then our head coach for volleyball, Jamie Wilson, and the volleyball team. Let's give all of our teams another big round of applause. All right, thank you. You may be seated. I want to also say that this is the first year that we've had college volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball, and track and field. I'm so excited that we've already completed our first season in volleyball, and I'm so excited to say that our volleyball team was Region 10, came in number 3 in Region 10 for our inaugural season. So that is pretty remarkable. But not only that, our very own coach, Jamie Wilson, was recognized as the Coach of the Year. So Jamie, would you please stand? In 2019, Cleveland Community College marked a milestone in its history when the Board of Trustees voted unanimously to approve athletics. Soon after, we joined the NJCAA, and our cross-country team, baseball, and softball teams began competing in Region 10 competition. The first phase of construction on the Yeti Athletics Complex was completed in 2022 with the opening of our baseball field, followed by the completion of our softball field last year. But we weren't done. In May of 2022, the Board of Trustees unanimously approved adding sports, including track and field, esports, volleyball, and men's and women's basketball. This decision ultimately led to the renovation of the facility that we're in here today. A year ago, this gym was covered in carpet. There were no bleachers, no scoreboards, and although there were locker rooms, the men's and women's locker rooms weren't equipped with the needs for college athletic teams of today. In addition, there were no visitor locker rooms. Now we have a beautiful court, fully functional locker rooms, and seating for family, friends, and guests. And on the second floor, just above us, right up here, I'm proud to say that we have a Yeti Club room where members can enjoy the games with refreshments, TVs, and lots of other exciting stuff up there. I'm so proud of everything that has been accomplished to make this a reality. And with that, I want to invite the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Bill Turpich, to come forward to bring remarks.
I just wish he'd raise this up just a little bit higher. On behalf of the Cleveland Community College Board of Trustees, welcome. I know I speak for the board when I say how excited we are for today's grand opening, and how grateful we are for those who dedicated their time and resources to this renovation project. We have experienced many exciting firsts in our athletics program. We've added new sports and welcomed new athletes to Cleveland. We celebrated the grand opening of our fitness center and the Yeti Athletic Park. We've cheered for our athletes when they were recognized for all region and all academic awards, and our teams as they advanced to Region 10 championships. And today, we celebrate the completion of the Yeti Gym renovation project. Thank you all for being here to share this exciting moment in the college history. We hope this gym will be a place on campus where students, families, and the community can gather for fun and fellowship for many years to come. Go Yetis!
Thank you, Chairman Turpish. Now I'd like to invite the chairman of the Cleveland Community College Foundation Board of Directors, Mr. Steve Padgett, to come forward for some remarks.
As chair of the Cleveland County, listen to me, Cleveland Community College Foundation Board of Trustees, that's a long title. Board of Directors, not trustees. Did I get it all right? I got your attention now, right? I want to say how grateful the foundation is for the many generous donors whose gifts ensure that we can meet the needs of the students at CCC. Gifts to scholarships allow us to assist students with tuition, books, and even unforeseen financial challenges. These funds are instrumental in enabling our students to pursue and successfully complete their education. So today we celebrate this newly renovated space. Isn't this awesome? Wow. And the great generosity of the donors who helped to make it possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. You know, I always appreciate the tremendous effort that our Board of Trustees make to help make so many things possible at the college. But I'm so excited today for 4 trustees who so generously supported the renovations that you see in this facility today. And I want to begin by introducing Tony Berry and say just how grateful we are, Tony, to you and your family for the naming of the Berry Family Yeti Club room that is upstairs there. So, Tony?
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a tough act to follow here, as you can see. I'm so happy to be able to honor my family by naming the Berry Yeti Club family room upstairs, and I hope that everyone will enjoy that to its greatest degree. I'm very happy here today to have my parents, Vern and Jerry Berry, on the back row here. If you guys would at least raise your hand or something, okay? I certainly appreciate you being here to support me. I wanted to speak just a moment on an item. I guess it's a little more personal to me as it relates to the college. I'm proud to tell you that this was actually the first college that I ever attended. And I attended this college back in roughly 1980, which tells the ones of you that ask how old I am, you now know, because I didn't tell you. But during that period of time, I received my basic law enforcement training here at the college and have gone on to serve the county in law enforcement in some capacity for 40 plus years. And in that 40 years, I have had the ability to rise to the level of captain within the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department Reserve Unit, of which I would have never been able to do without this college and without the support of this. That's really something that has meant a lot to me, and this college made that happen for me. I've witnessed so many positive changes in Cleveland Community College since Dr. Hurst arrived here in 2018. It's just absolutely amazing, the growth and the camaraderie that is here between everything from the students to the staff to everybody that's involved, to the community, to the citizens. This entire county has done just a fabulous job of supporting this college, and Dr. Hurst has just, again, done an amazing job. This institution provides real training for real jobs that would not be possible without this facility. They just simply wouldn't be possible for a great part of the community, and it has helped so many people and continues to do that in a greater way each and every year, as we move forward. Now, with the addition of the athletics program, the team, the athletes, they're amazing, and I'm so proud of what the athletic department has done and has accomplished, and very, very proud to be part of that from a donor's perspective. And to see what they're accomplishing. I mean, it's just amazing. People are coming to college here that maybe would not have come without that opportunity. So again, the college is it's a diamond in the rough for people in Cleveland County that don't know what really goes on here at this college. There's so much that goes on, and serving on the board of trustees here is something that I'm very, very proud of, and it's been, I've served on a number of boards in my life, and this board truly works together for the benefit of Cleveland County and all its citizens. And when I say that, I truly mean all its citizens. And it's actually a pleasure to go to those meetings, and it's a pleasure to be on that board. My last comment, I guess, is that I would like to thank my fellow board members that are all here today. Again, without a board, we couldn't get anything done. It's a board that everybody participates in. Everybody has a fair chance to put their portion into it, and then it's all decided by the board where we move from there. So very, very proud of that. Proud of our staff here. Proud of the students who are here today for everything that they do to make Cleveland County one of the best community colleges in the state of North Carolina. And for those of you who don't know that, it really is one of the very best colleges in the state of North Carolina. So thank you for being here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony, and thanks so much for your support and your generosity. Next, we'll hear from Miss Betty Kerrigan, who made a gift in memory of her husband, Charlie Kerrigan.
When you come into the gym, you will see here the sign that we did in memory of Charlie, and it has a picture there also. But I just like to say that over the years, if you followed Charlie around, if you were his shadow or his coattail, he wore you out. He was a workaholic, and he always, if there wasn't anything to do, Charlie found something to do. But the bad thing about that is he created the job and you did the work. So he didn't have to do all that. But Charlie was born July 14 of 41 in Gastonia to the parents of John William and Margaret Nadine Myers. Of course, if Charles had lived until May the 12th, we would have been married 60 years. We have 4 children, 6 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. I have a daughter, Tanya, that's here. They can just raise their hands. Granddaughter Kerrigan, daughter Sherry, daughter Lisa, which is the Charlie Jr. She's the workaholic, and we always said all she needed was a mustache, and she would definitely be Charlie Jr. We came to Cleveland County in the mid-70s, I think it was. And most of you probably aren't aware, but one of the first things Charlie ever did was we had the Gulf Station at Huxley Village. It was open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It was the only station that you could buy gas from Charlotte to Asheville. And they, like I say, they were open 24 hours. The next thing we knew, he had a little building put next to the service station, and they sold hot dogs and hamburgers. It was just a porch where you walked up, you didn't have a place to sit. Hot dogs, 3 for $1. Hamburgers, 2 for $1. And they served them up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. That was before Cleveland County ever got a McDonald's or Hardee's. When he was in the Gulf Station, he started buying cars. He'd have people say, come get my car out of my yard. You can just have it, just get it out of the way. He started going to Brandywine, Maryland, buying cars. So that's how the Kerrigan Auto Sales on Long Branch came along, and we operated that for over 40 years. And then he was also general manager at our Cherokee Auto Auction down on the bypass. Charlie is a former member of Bethlehem Baptist Church in Kings Mountain, where he served as a deacon, and he was chairman on the board at Grace Christian Academy in Kings Mountain, where I still serve as on the board. And by the way, these guys behind me said, "Where's your Yeti shirt?" I'm the only female on the board, so I said, "You didn't bother telling me that you were wearing your Yeti shirt." So I have to give them a hard time. Try to keep them straight, but you have all this group of men, you try it. Charlie was, like I say, a workaholic, so about the only hobby he had was he loved to fish, and he enjoyed fishing. We had a place at the beach, and he fished in the Intercoastal Waterway at Sunset Beach in Ocean Isle. We were a sponsor, and I am still a sponsor of the American Legion World Series here in Shelby. We try to. Charlie was a good, anything that he could contribute to keep the young people off the streets and give them something to do other than to become a gang member or something. So the World Series has been good, and it gave us the opportunity. We met so many celebrities through this American Legion. You know, you had Charlie Daniels, you had Martina McBride, Josh Turner, Montgomery Gentry, Brooks and Dunn. One of Charlie's favorites was Kelly Pickler. So we had the opportunity to meet them, and it was good for us. Charlie was willing to do, like I say, anything that he could do that would help with the education and keep the young people off of the street. This is something that Charlie did when he was growing up. He did not have the opportunity to have the education that most young adults coming up do. It was due to his lifestyle, which we don't want to get into that, but fortunately he lived and was 80 years old when he passed away. Charlie had a lot of health issues. He had 2 bypasses, 3 strokes, carotid artery, you name it, but the Lord left him here for 80 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty, and thank you so much for your generosity. Now I'll introduce Wayne King, who named the basketball scoreboard in memory of his parents, Joe and Terry King, and he also named the King family locker room, the home locker rooms that you see down here on this end of the building. So, Wayne?
Dr. Hurst, thank you. Thank you for everybody that came today. You know, in 2018, when Dr. Hurst came here for the first time, there was a few of us that are still on the board that helped with the search committee and then ultimately hiring Dr. Hurst. And I remember the first time that we interviewed him, he started talking about athletics. And to be honest with you, I thought athletics at a community college in Shelby, I just couldn't wrap my head around that. Well, that night we went to dinner, Lisa will remember that, and we talked about it all the way to dinner and all the way back to their hotel that night. By the time I left there, it actually intrigued me. I started looking into it a little bit, and then we're here today. And obviously his vision for this college can be seen everywhere. I talked to Dr. Mack just yesterday about what is going on at this college. And, you know, it's amazing to me when people have a vision and they want to get something done, things like this happen. And whenever I was approached about honoring my parents, you know, when my parents passed away, 7 months between each other, I remember we talked about it a lot. After we would stand in those receiving lines and they were so close together, there was a lot of people that would come through and said, your parents helped me do this, or your parents did this. And I never knew the majority of the things that people said. I never knew any of that. And because they didn't talk about it. They wanted to do it for the right reason. And, you know, whenever Grayson and Mary approached me about honoring them, I said my parents really wouldn't want their name on anything, like that's not who they were. But, you know, the more I thought about it, I wanted to honor them in the right way. And I believe that, you know, when you're given something, you should try to give back to this community. And this college has done a lot of good things for this county. And the first thing that's ever asked, and the county commissioners that are here can certainly attest to this, is about when a job, when somebody comes here to create a job, the first thing they ask is about the workforce. Do we have the trained workforce? And the answer is yes, and it's because of this institution. And it's very important that we as a community and as donors and as elected officials like these guys support this college. It's important that we would not be able to do economic development in this county without this community college. And I've served on the board some 10 years, and I'm proud of what has been done here. I know that the sky's the limit for this institution, and it's a pleasure to donate my finances to name this locker room and for the school board and honor my parents. My parents were, you know, very committed people to this community. We lived here all of our life, and I couldn't think of anything better than to honor my parents and the legacy that they'll leave. And you know, this is not about their name or this, you know, basketball team, baseball team, or whatever. The money that was given, it goes to scholarships, and it goes for people that need an education, that need a job, and that can make our county better. So thank you again for being here. It's an honor to serve on the trustees, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne, and thanks so much for your generosity. And last but certainly not least, I invite our longest-serving trustee to the podium, Mr. Alan Langley, who has generously named the basketball scoreboard in honor of his daughters, Chloe and Grayson.
I've had the honor of serving on the Cleveland Community College Board of Trustees since 2013. In fact, Dr. Hurst, he only said a part of my introduction. He always is happy to tell everybody that I'm the oldest. He meant longest serving trustee. The college has evolved so much during my tenure on this board, largely because of Dr. Hurst's vision. Stand up, Dr. Hurst, and let us give you a round of applause. I'm so proud to be a part of the great things that are happening here at this institution. Sports have changed the environment here so much. Today, you're experiencing that change. Look around. All the faces of these young people and all of these visitors. Now, Dr. Hurst, don't answer this question. On today's date, 1 year ago, does anybody know what was going on in this gym that day a year ago? Besides Dr. Hurst, what's the answer, Dr. Hurst? That's exactly right. Absolutely nothing. There was nothing going on until this happened, and so he's got me on that twice. He'll ask me that, and I'll say, "Yeah, I don't remember." And he said,
Absolutely nothing. So, besides my faith, my family is the most important thing to me. So it makes me happy to be joined by several family members here today. And when I introduce you all stand up. My lovely wife, Mandy, my youngest daughter, Gracie, my oldest daughter, Chloe, Matthew, Chloe's boyfriend, my much older sister, Connie, my other much older sister, Kathy, and for some reason, my brother-in-law is sitting with the wrong sister. I hope you didn't, she's taking, okay, and this is Joe. So now there's nobody else, is there? Okay. Dr. Bowen, you can be a part of my family too. Just go ahead and stand up. Dr. Laura Bowen. So it's great to have them here. Now you can be seated. Recently, I had the privilege to name the softball scoreboard in honor of my mom and my dad. And now I'm pleased to honor my daughters, two of my favorite people, most of the time, by naming the Chloe and Gracie Langley scoreboard. I want to thank the college for the opportunity to be able to give the gift of hope, because that's what it is. This is an investment in all of our students, and they are our future. I'm so thankful to know this gift will continue giving for years to come. Thank you, Dr. Hurst.
Thank you, Alan, and thanks so much for your support and generosity. And now for the big moment. I'll ask Ms. Christine Cribb, President of Cleveland County Chamber of Commerce, to come forward to bring the ribbon and the ceremonial scissors. The ribbon cutting is sponsored by Duke Energy, and so I will ask the trustees, foundation board members, and our athletic staff to please join me. Now that we have officially opened the new Yetis gym, let's play ball and go Yetis!